This is presentation number 4 in my series entitled The Life of Jesus. We're going to talk about the brothers and sisters of Jesus, in specific, Simon. Who was Simon, brother of Jesus? Simon is described in the New Testament as one of the brothers of Jesus, but the Catholic Encyclopedia suggests that Simon may be the same person as Simeon of Jerusalem, son of Cleopas, otherwise called Alphaeus, brother to Joseph and of Mary, sister to Mary, the mother of Jesus. He was therefore a nephew both to Joseph and Mary and cousin to Jesus. This is suggested by the surviving fragments of the exposition of the sayings of the Lord of Papias of Hierapolis, who lived about AD 70 to 163. And he says, Mary, the wife of Cleophas or Alphaeus, who was the mother of James, the bishop and apostle, and of Simon and Thaddeus, and of one Joseph. We find that in a fragment of his sayings. So according to Papias, he succeeded James as bishop of Jerusalem. And this would support the Catholic view that Mary was a virgin and that Jesus had no other brothers and sisters. But how could this be true? He is described as a brother or adelphos of Jesus in Mark 6.3 and Matthew 13.55. Here's the quote from Mark 6.3. Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary and brother or adelphos of James and Joseph and Judas and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? Papias was a Greek apostolic father, bishop of Hierapolis, and author who lived AD 60 to about 130 AD. And he wrote the exposition of the sayings of the Lord in 5 books. This work, which is lost except for a few brief excerpts in the works of Irenaeus of Lyon and Eusebius of Caesarea, is an important early source on Christian early oral tradition. Papias relied on oral tradition transmitted by Ariston and the daughters of Philip, and possessed only the earliest forms of the gospel. In 1 Corinthians 9.5, Simon, the brother of Jesus, was said by Paul to have been married. There are many other references to Simon, and these are some that I'm quoting here. 1 Corinthians 9.5, do we not have the right to take along a believing wife as do the other apostles and the brothers of the Lord and Cephas? Jesus' siblings are mentioned as accompanying Jesus and his mother to Capernaum after the marriage at Cana in John 2:12. And here we have the quote from John 2:11 through 12. What Jesus did in Cana of Galilee was the first of the signs through which he revealed his glory. After this he went down to Capernaum with his mother and brothers and his disciples. There they stayed for a few days. Later, Mary and the brothers are recorded as seeking an audience with Jesus. We find this in Matthew 12, Mark 3, and Luke 8. Here's the quote from Mark 31:32. Then Jesus' mother and brothers arrived. Standing outside, they sent someone in to call him. A crowd was sitting around him, and they told him, "Your mother and brothers are outside looking for you." And there are even more references to Shimon. Toward the end of Jesus' ministry, his brethren are mentioned as urging Jesus to prove his messiahship, which they themselves doubted. We find this in John 7:3-5. His brothers therefore said to him, "Depart from here and go into Judea, that your disciples may also see the works that you are doing. For no one does anything in secret while he himself seeks to be known openly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world." For even his brothers did not believe in him. And they were later converted, for they are described in Acts as uniting with the disciples and others in prayer and supplication prior to Pentecost. This is found in Acts 1:13-14. When they arrived, they went upstairs to the room where they were staying. Those present were Peter, John, James, and Andrew, Philip and Thomas, Bartholomew and Matthew, James, son of Alphaeus, and Simon the Zealot, probably Simon the brother of Jesus, and Judas, son of James. They all joined together constantly in prayer, along with the women and Mary, the mother of Jesus, and with his brothers. Please click on the Patreon link in my description just below the video to become a patron, helping to sponsor my new videos on the life of Jesus. Thank you very much.